anyone in general, both guys and girls, if you don't take action, you know damn well it's going to sit in your head and it's going to make you think consistently for a long time. You're going to question how it could have been. Now you're going to start like dreaming or imagining, and just your head is going to go all over the place. That's how it was for me. When I wasn't taking action, it was more affecting my mental state because of all the things I was thinking of, because I didn't take the action.
And welcome back to another episode of New Age Podcast. My name is Charles.
And my name is Dario.
And man, Dario's a dumbass because now we have to reshoot the one for the guys. But besides Dario being a dumbass, we have a good episode for you guys today. Especially for now, we had women kind of targeted in a certain previous topic we did. But now we got the men targeting. So women, get the popcorn, get the notes because you're going to want to hear this. And men, pay attention. If you feel like this is you, sorry, you're being attacked. But it's for good reason. So, the topic for today is, you say you want this, but that's bullshit. You get that? Because they're going to bleep me. So, bullshit. Because my editing never matches to my lips. They don't move as fast. Or they don't move as efficient to what apparently my words say. He's good, though. I'm not. So, right off the bat, Dario. What are some things guys say they want, but that's bullshit? All right, cool.
So I'm going to try and re-say what I had said previously. I'm not going to lie. I'm glad I actually caught on that it wasn't recording before letting us run on for some time.
20, 30.
Yeah. But basically, I was just saying how I use the word settle a lot for the part one or for the girls. And I feel like I'm going to use it every so often as well for the guys. First thing I want to say is, I mean, from what I've heard from other guys and from my own experience, from myself as well, is that the guys will say, okay, I want someone who is intelligent, or they're chasing after their desires or their career, or getting their degree, or working and doing all these things that, they're doing their stuff. But then they settle for someone who just has looks. I see it quite often. A guy will say, I want someone who's in college going for their degree and, that's smart and this and that. But then they settle for the girl, and, excuse my language. And you know exactly what I'm about to say, but it's the girls that are as dumb as a doorknob. And it's crazy because all it is physical aspects. Like, it's just the look. It's just the ass and the tits. But they disregard the fact of what they said that they were initially looking for. And I just find it interesting how, same thing for the girls, the guys will say they want certain things, but then they'll just completely disregard it and settle for less. And it's just, it dumbfounds me.
I'm waiting to see if you're going to ask me, or I just got to jump in.
No, it's just, I want to take a little pause. I know what just happened. I'm just kind of like, do I pause? Do I continue saying stuff? But no, yeah, for you, Charles, in your opinion, what do you think?
So for those of you guys who tuned into the other episode, make sure you check out the other episode. I gave a list of 10 things, and I'm going to do the same thing for this one because I'm a fair man. And these are 10 things guys say they want, but they don't. It's not specifically for relationships. It's for all types of parts of life and all aspects of life. First one, guys say they want peace and quiet. That's bullshit because you choose a woman who's loud and not quiet. Toxic. Number 2, guys say they want to be rich and successful, but that's bullshit because they don't put the energy towards anything else besides women and their typical 9-to-5 that they don't like. Number 3, guys say they want to be something for themselves and their family, but that's bullshit because they don't even know what their family wants because they don't put enough time and effort into their family. Number 4, Guys say they want a wife, but that's bullshit because they don't bring half the qualities they need as a husband. Number 5.
It's funny because you point out these things as you're attacking, but then as the moment you say number, it's like it's all calm and smooth sailing from there.
It's a good call back up. Number 5. Guys say they want to be in shape, but they don't go to the gym once. Number 6. I mean, I think the only big one I could ever say is just that guys say they're about something, but they're not about shit. And I mean, for those guys who are out there like thinking they're this shit, and sadly women are giving them attention. So now they feel like they are this shit just because a woman gives him the time of day. Number 7. Guys say they want a family, and guys say they want a home, but that's bullshit because they don't even have the right finances for either. Number 8. Honestly, I think guys say that they want a partner by their side, but that's bullshit because they don't choose a partner. They choose someone they're going to depend on, or they choose someone that's going to depend on them. There's no interdependency. So I find that as bullshit. Number 9. You know what I'm trying to sound like? You ever seen the one guy who does like the top 5 scariest places? All right, that's besides the point. Number 9. I mean, what do you think guys want? That's bullshit.
Honestly, I don't know. I was trying to see where you were taking these because I'm here like you had way more than me.
I'll tell you one thing guys want. Guys want to be the next top gamer, but that's bullshit because they give more attention to girls than to actually perfecting skills to be a gamer. You have no idea how many guys that say, I still play video games because I'm going to be the next top gamer. I'm going to be FaZe. I'm going to be, was it Optics? But if we're being honest, they give more time to women than to actually making that a possibility. Nothing against video games. I have things against guys who use video games as an excuse for not trying something else that worked for them. Do you get me?
I feel like you mean to say use women as an excuse to pursue the video game.
No, I mean guys. How do you say? Guys say they want, like their excuse for still playing video games at the age of 30 or 25 and only like playing video games as an escape from their life is the fact that they're saying, I'm gonna make this a career. It's a career now. I can make it into a career. But I find that as bullshit because they don't set up streaming accounts. They don't set up marketing skills. They don't set up promoting on media. Instead, they just kind of use it as an excuse, essentially, instead of just being honest, saying, I like to play video games. I would just want to keep, you get me? Like, just be honest about it. You get me? Don't make up bullshit saying, oh, that's because I'm trying to make this into a career, but you're not attaching business and career aspects to it. You get me? That's just my thing. Just be honest about it. You like playing video games, that's it. Number 10. Guys say they want to be a high value man, but they don't bring no value. Meaning, this is like a new thing, and I'm pretty sure everyone out there's hearing it. There's the term called high value man, 6 figures, 6 inches. Well, not 6. 6 figures, 6 pack, 6 inches, right?
This is all you. I don't know what you.
Okay, whatever. Okay, so look, everyone's out there. Every guy is saying out there, I want to be a high value man, but I find that as bullshit because every guy I know that's saying I want to be a high value man is still waking up at 1:00 p.m. He is still going to sleep at 4:00 a.m. It's not like he's doing productive work. It's just that he's just wasting his life away. You can't be a high value man when you don't feel valuable to yourself or value your own time. So I just find that one as the biggest one I find as bullshit because nowadays every guy is on his way to becoming a high value man. That's my list. Anything you want to rebuttal or say to?
There was one.
Oh, say it.
I don't remember. No, but it was just in the sense of the guy's values Not
Mhm.
besides the high value man, but the guy's values and what he was trying to, his desires and what he wants to do, but him not even putting in the effort. And I believe it was also the eighth one that you said.
The video game one?
That I think that was the ninth one.
Oh, what was the eighth one?
I don't remember.
Oh
That's
my
what I'm
gosh.
saying. No, but it's the fact that you said it, and it got me going. Yeah, like I see that from my side or from what I've been told. But nowadays, yeah, it's just a lot more couch potatoes, a lot more people using excuses
Mhm.
for life things. Like once again, they have these things that they say they want to do or that they want, but then either they settle, they don't put the effort in, or they just disregard it for the now and say, I'm gonna save that for later. I'm gonna attack that in a year's time, in a few years' time, or in some time later, and I'm just gonna focus on this for now. I'm just gonna play my games for now as gaming because I like gaming, but I'm not
Mhm.
gonna push to make it a career until a year later, 2 years later, whatever the case might be.
Can I make a point on something? Because we're talking about things that guys say they want, but that's bullshit because they don't actually follow through with something, right? I want you guys to understand that you could take it on and handle it two different ways. We give an educational standpoint for the women. I want to give an educational standpoint for the men. One thing Dario does is he makes an educated decision that's well thought out at least 3 months. In all honesty, he takes at least 3 months to make a decision,
Which can be good and bad.
which could be good, but that's where I'm about to get to mine, which could be good and bad as well. I take at max 3 months to make an educated decision.
And what's the minimum?
The minimum is a day. Meaning, but this is something I want the guys to understand because we're two different people. But that's why I wanted to bring this up because Dario could give his point of view. And for the men out there to actually get what they want or actually follow through with what they want and not bullshit themselves. Meaning, in my case, I'm gonna speak on my point of view because I'm a different person. Meaning, I told myself, I want a motorcycle. I really do. I want a motorcycle. The next month, I was in a motorcycle class. The next 2 weeks, I bought my first motorcycle. The next 2 weeks, I got my motorcycle's license. When I say I want something, I get it done. Now, honestly, I do
I
make.
kind of want to drag this out because it was the goodbye.
Okay, yes. And then I did get rid of it afterwards because I was like, okay, now that I got it out of my system, I don't know if I want it no more. But this is what I mean. I just mean, but see, okay, even though honestly, a lot of them are like financial decisions where it's like, I wish I didn't do that. Because again, I wanted a sports car. I got a sports car. I leased it for 5 years, got rid of it in a year. Less than a year, in all honesty. I just want people to see that if you're going to say something, just follow through. Now, honestly, I speak on the part of I always take risk. I always just do it. I ask the questions later. But there's two different kinds of people, and Dario is the other kind of person where honestly, at least we both follow through with what we want. We just handle it two different ways. And don't bullshit yourself because I never bullshitted myself. Sorry, go.
No, for like just how you pointed out, and I strongly believe with that too, is just because, and we had this conversation 2 weeks ago, where he had pointed out to me as I was slowly, reflecting and seeing it myself, was that exactly he was doing his actions and just taking action the moment he could, and I am the kind of person that's going to take time, either do my research or take time and think about what the many possible outcomes can be, and from there try and handle like certain things. And I'm just the kind of person, I guess the way it was installed for me as I was raised was something as small as when my dad would tell me think before you do. And as a kid it was more of think before you do, in the sense of don't get in trouble in school, don't go causing a fight to then get into a fight, and now you're suspended, or you do something and now you're expelled. That was his aspect of trying to tell me to think about my actions before doing anything, to where now, like, because I did it so frequently at growing up, it's installed into myself of just with anything in general, I think about what it is I want to do and how the outcomes can become, or what the outcomes can be, before actually doing the action. Now, the reason why I say it's good and bad for my sense, and how he says it's good and bad for his sense, is because no matter what you see, if you attack it like initially, like he was saying, you then have to deal with the actions or deal with the
The
whatever
risk
happened
afterwards.
while I was stressing so much or had so much in my mind beforehand because of the outcomes, both good and bad, that could come out from this, that it would affect me in that situation, to where either it would hold me back from taking those actions, to where it took me, that's why he says, it can take me 3 months of, just contemplating and thinking of things before actually taking action.
If action is even taken sometimes.
Exactly. Sometimes I didn't even take action. Now, this comes into many standpoints: finances, relationships, hobbies, and just time management. Like there's a lot of things that this can fall into. And I feel like for the guys out there that say they say they want all these things, you can kind of relate to this in the sense of, you know, are you taking action directly, or are you taking time to contemplate, or time to like think about all these different outcomes for things like finances, career, all these different things, all these things that we were pointing out earlier that guys say they want to do or that they want, but it's bullshit because they're not doing it, or they're not putting in the effort to head to that direction.
And you know what? You made a good point on something. Now I want to address it real quick. So, guys, you say you want a wife material. You say you want a relationship, but something to last long. But that's bullshit. Why? Because you never even tried to shoot your shot with that one person you knew that brought those qualities. Do it. This is coming from, we're going to give you two different explanations right now. We're going to give you two different, because I'm the different kind of person. I'm going to just do it. You get me? I don't care what it is. I'm going to just do it. And the reason I'm telling you I'm going to just do it is because one thing I love about rejection is there's always something that makes me reflect upon myself and think about, damn, what do I got to work on? What was it about me? The problem is too many guys are pussies. I said it. Bleep me if you want. Too many guys are pussies because they're too afraid not to face the world, but to face themselves when the world rejects them. That's why I believe this. And I want to tie this to career and all that real quick, because I think, men, you need to not necessarily just stop thinking about what you want out of women. You need to start thinking about what you want out of yourself, because the women will follow. Ask this guy. He goes to the mall every day, and then
don't go to the mall every day.
He goes to the mall every day, and there's another girl who's interested in him.
Not true.
Facts.
I don't go to the mall every day.
Okay, once a week. Shut up. You know it's true.
No.
Anyways, but all I'm saying is the problem is and for you guys out there who want something for yourself, and you want this love, or even if you just want to you want to fuck around, okay? But that's bullshit, because also all the guys I know that just want to fuck around, they fuck around because they feel like they can't handle a relationship, because they feel more heartbroken when they lose the person they love rather than someone they just bang. So again, all you guys are fucking lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself. Why? Because you don't know how to face rejection. So what I'm going to encourage you to do, so you could stop bullshitting yourself, is to actually go out there and do the things you say you want to do and face the consequences. Because when you face the consequences, you reflect more, you think more, and you adjust yourself more. So that way the things you actually want, you're able to attain at some point. Now, I'm going to let Dario give you a different perspective, because I'm the type of person who just does it.
Takes action. Yeah, and you bring it up, and to me, it's in the sense of how you were saying, men, they're too pussy. They're too much of a pussy to actually take action and do stuff. For me, in my aspect, it's in the sense of, from my past, I've had situations where I bumped into someone, and I'm like, kind of going back to one of our previous episodes of a good woman. I bump into someone, I'm like, wow, like, she's a good, in my eyes, she's a good woman. She has these attributes that I would love for someone as a partner. But I was too much of a pussy to take action and actually do something. And I would then resent from it later on, because just anyone in general, both guys and girls, if you don't take action, damn well it's going to sit in your head, and it's going to make you think consistently for a long time. You're going to question how it could have been. Now you're going to start like dreaming or imagining, and just your head is going to go all over the place. That's how it was for me. When I wasn't taking action, it was more affecting my mental state because of all the things I was thinking of, because I didn't take the action. Now that was the reason why you brought up of men are afraid to take action and
Face rejection.
face rejection. That was another thing that I never really, I would say, like, I fell into it as I was trying to tell myself I didn't fall into it. But then when I would realize that these situations would happen where it's like, damn, I'm thinking about this person because I didn't shoot my shot. I'm there like, I fall into that because I'm not taking action. I'm not just shooting my shot and putting myself up there for rejection. Now, nowadays it's different because where now I've gone through it enough for me to understand. I just have to do it. I just have I have to try, or else it's gonna kill me inside. It's gonna make me think about it nonstop, and I am not gonna be able to focus on the things I want to do because it's gonna come into my mind so consistently. So because of this conversation me and Charles had a few weeks ago of how he was telling me of how I take X amount of time to do things instead of doing things so just instantly, or at least just taking the risk, I started thinking back even further into my past of just multiple different scenarios of my career, of hobbies, of friendships, like just anything and everything. And ever since then, like, I've had situations where I go, you know what? I don't want to think about this later and have it affect me. I might as well just go and try it. Go, if I get rejected, if I fail, if I don't do it correctly, like whatever the case may be, or whatever the action towards what was there for me to do doesn't fall through, or doesn't go through, but it falls short, then it is what it is. Now I can learn from it. Now I can understand what happened, why it didn't go through, why it didn't happen. I just, at least from there, I now know where I stand instead of spending the rest of the day or the rest of the week or the rest of who knows how long just contemplating and thinking of how would it have resulted in if I had just said fuck it and gone and done it.
And you know what? Damn, he just exactly gave the point on why, when his mindset switched to just go and actually do what he wants and not bullshit himself no more, not lie to himself no more. It at least gave you a more developed mindset to gear towards getting closer to actually what you want.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying I still don't think about things in the
Mhm.
sense of, I still spend time thinking about it. I still do. It's just there's certain times and certain scenarios where I've learned to quickly realize this is like a in the moment one time thing. I either have to take that risk or I don't do anything at all and it stays in my head.
And that's like 98% of the dudes out there and everything. Meaning there's this guy out there who really wants to, he says he wants to be this entrepreneur, or that he's getting into photography, so he wants to make this full time. But he's lying to himself. He's bullshitting himself because the time he could be using to enhancing his craft, he's blowing it smoking pot with his friends every day. You get me? And that's where it gets to those things where you guys need to just stop lying to yourself. When you stop lying to yourself, you start realizing what you want is much more possible as long as you're actually following through. It doesn't have to happen in a day. Like he said, he takes time with it. Me, I kind of just act quickly, which is good and bad. Because good, I gain more of a mindset of drive, meaning I have to get this done or I fucked up. You could ask him. I've left the job before, and he's seen me in all types of ways where it's like, yo, this guy's fucking crazy. But what works for me, and what works for him works for him. What we're trying to say is, if you actually want something, stop bullshitting yourself and actually go after it. The woman, stop bullshit. Stop You say you want a high caliber woman to be by your side and be a beautiful partner. You want a beautiful woman. Physical features is a plus for you, but it's not a need. Well, then stop bullshitting yourself and settling for whatever comes across your way because she's easy.
Yeah, be patient.
Be patient. Dario, patient as fuck. Me, patient as fuck. We don't settle. And that's why we get what we want. I'm not trying to say that arrogantly. I'm just trying to say that because dudes aren't patient and they keep lying to themselves, you're never going to get what you want. You're going to keep bullshitting yourself. What are the things you want to close with? At least to tell that one guy who's saying he wants this person, he wants this girl, he wants this career, he wants this life, but he's bullshitting himself because he's not getting that or not even going after that. What would you tell him?
I would tell him to just take a moment to sit down or lay down, whatever the case may be, you know. If you want to just lay down and, because I do this sometimes, is I just lay down on the roof and just look at the stars and let my mind roam free. But, you know, everyone's different. Everyone does their own things. But I would just say take a moment and kind of with how the difference of me and Charles are, where do you see yourself? Do you think ahead and think of all the scenarios? Or do you say, screw it, you know, I'm just going to go for it straight up. And then from there, understand, okay, now what is it that I'm after today? You know, where do I want to go career wise? What am I doing for myself right now? Am I working? Am I in school? Am I working out? Am I physically active? Like, am I doing things that I want to do? And if not, then how come? If I'm that kind of person that says, screw it, you know, let me do it. How come you're not doing that with your career, with, you know, your physical health, with, you know, these different aspects? But if you're more like me, where you contemplate things and you think about it, then what's holding you back or what's slowing you down from starting instead of having to wait that 3 months time? And why not just starting this month or this week or today, like whatever the case may be? But attacking it in the sense of making it clear with yourself what it is you're going for and what it is you want. That way you at least know where where you're running after, instead of just running around aimlessly without no set destination.
And then for the guys out there, what I would tell you, meaning if you want this woman, you want this career, you want this life, he gave instructions to women on this chart. I'm going to give you men something different. I'm going to give you the idea that I want you to go to your nearest store, Target, Walmart, wherever. We're not sponsoring shit. Target, Walmart, wherever. Amazon. And I want you to get a whiteboard. And I want you to think of every single thing you want that you haven't gotten yet because you're bullshitting yourself. I want you to stop bullshitting yourself by simply writing a 3-letter word right on the top. WHY. Why. I call this shit a Y board. It's not a whiteboard, it's a Y board. Now hear me out. Because I'm sorry guys, but the only way, at least us men, have gone throughout all history of pursuing things and accomplishing things we want, from kings to conquerors to, you know, even just farmers, like every type of man throughout history always had a strong why. That's what made him get what he wanted and stop lying to himself. When you have this whiteboard, I want you to write down every single thing you want and why. If it's a woman you want, I have on mine. Wake up at 4/4:30 a.m. Why? Because when I woke up at 4:30/4 a.m., I felt like I actually have a chance of being who I want to be. I put workout consistently. Why? Because when I started working out, that was a time where I actually started getting some sense of confidence in myself, in anything I do. And I put enhance my relationship. Why? Because I believe my relationship exposed me to the biggest risk I ever took in my life, which was sharing myself with someone. And it's been a beautiful outcome so far. And I put why this podcast because I want a platform for I wish I had that would have benefited me much sooner than we had to experience for ourselves to get to this point, that I hope someone else can benefit from and I can save them the trouble. So guys, I want you to get a whiteboard. I want you to write why for each thing. Why for the woman you want, why for the life you want, and why for the career you want, as well as why for your passion that you want to pursue. Just give me those whys, and I want you to write it down and look at it every morning, and you'll stop lying to yourself. So that way you can get what you want and stop bullshitting yourself. That's my last educational thing I'll give them. Other than that,
I think we've got them set.
my name is Charles.
And my name is Edio.
Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. It's New Age Podcast. Peace.